delighted to see you. As I say, I think I saw you at one of your worst times, actually. You really had difficulty walking. You're on a lot of medication.
I can't remember.
Isn't that amazing? Because you said, what, in the last decade, you reckon you felt as though you were asleep for most of it.
I mean, the thing is, what they do is, when you've got nerve pain, they tend to give you antidepressants, which tells your brain that you're not in pain. And but it takes away about 50% of the pain. And so I just thought, actually, I don't like them because they don't let you sort of like finish a conversation or finish a sentence even, you know.
And then remember who you'd spoken to?
No, you have a big, you know, bits of your life missing. And so I really wanted to get off them, and I've taken quite a long time to get off them because it's not something you can suddenly come off. And I feel really awake now. Gosh. I feel, it's brilliant.
And what has helped you then? Because you really couldn't walk without a stick. You're in a wheelchair a lot of the time. Your
spinal injury, it was 20% damaged.
Oh, dear.
And so it's taken about 11 years to find, from doing Pilates, yoga, you find a balance of what works for you, and it's either use it or lose it, basically. Yeah. And so I work very hard at my fitness and to basically train my body to balance using different neurological pathways.
Yeah, right. Someone's told you that, haven't they?
Actually, over the 11 years, I've looked up everything.
What's been the worst time, Leslie, do you think, the last decade?
It's like a profound grief of losing your identity, you know, my job. I used to love acting. I mean, I still do act, but not as much as I did, obviously. But I was really busy. I was working all the time. And I was, you know, people who say you used to juggle, you know, kids, husband, house, everything. And that's the way my life was. And suddenly, just like that, for it to change, you suddenly, you know, you feel a certain amount of grief that you've lost something.
Yeah, well, you have lost a part of what made you you, haven't you, in all sorts of reasons. You're ready to go back to acting, though, now, are you? You feel you are ready for it? Because I know you went into Holby and it was a grind. You did it, and you did it for longer than you meant to do it, but it was hard.
It'd be nice to try it medication-free, because then instead of concentrating on your balance and that, you might be able to do a bit of acting as well.
I was talking to someone just yesterday, actually, and we were saying, oh, I remember I wanted to be you. You were, you know, you were so glamorous. You had television programme after television programme. Then you met Lee and, you know, married him.
I mean, Lee's been my carer for the last 11 years. You know, he's got business as well.
How have the boys been? I know what it's like with sons. They don't like you talking about them, so we won't mention their names. But how have they been?
Well, they've been amazingly grounding, you know, whereas you could sort of like end up feeling sorry for yourself. And, you know, they've made me get up and do things for myself, not sort of dwell on the bad things, to be positive. And, you know, they would like to see me get back into work because I'm a pain in the neck, really, when I'm not working.
Don't want you around all the time. Do you regret now, because you look great now, do you regret the fact that you thought that in your early 40s you needed to do something about your lips?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I felt a need. It was just something, you know, people was experimenting with, and I'd had it, as I keep saying, I had it done before and there were no problems, but for one, it only takes once to go wrong, and I strongly advise anyone who's thinking of having anything done is to just sort of like do their homework, go to regulated places.
Trying this new, always these new diets and everything, but there's something called gluten-free.
Oh, yes.
And I must give it high recommendations for you out there. I've lost a few pounds